16th-17th century was the time when the British and other Europeans were exploring new lands. Many Europeans began to settle down in North America. Over the period of time, British explorers, investors, individuals, planters established 13 colonies in North America just like they did in India or elsewhere. Throughout the 1600s, the influence of the British government in North America continued to grow as more and more colonists or white settlers from Europe flooded the region. However, towards the middle of the 1700s, tensions rose between the British government and the American people. Here, we need to remember that American people means the white European settlers who came to America to settle down permanently. They wanted to form their own independent government free from the control of the British government. We are going to talk about the freedom struggle of European settlers or individuals or rich planters or investors or groups who came to be known as Americans or so-called white Americans. They never went back to their country in Europe, so came to be known as Americans. So, the journey of American independence reflects the struggle of 13 American colonies occupied by the British on the Atlantic coast of North America. The banding together of the 13 colonies to fight and win a war of independence against the British Crown was the culmination of a series of events. Escalations began shortly after the end of the 7 Years' War, which ended in 1763. In these wars, French were fighting against the British with the help of Native Americans. Native Americans means the so-called Black Americans who were living on this land for generations. With their defeat, France ceded all of its North American possessions east of the Mississippi River to Britain. The 7 Years' War from 1756 to 63 ended the long rivalry between France and Britain for control of North America. Victory in the war, however, had saddled the British Empire with a tremendous debt. The British government felt that they had spent a lot of blood and treasure to protect the colonists or the white Americans of the 13 colonies from the Indians or Native Americans and French people, and so they should pay their share in the form of taxes. Thus, the costs of the war contributed to the British government's decision to impose new taxes on its American colonies. It created tension between the white American settlers of 13 colonies and the British government. 1760s came with new laws like Sugar Act, Stamp Act and Townshend Acts. The Sugar Act aimed at ending the smuggling trade in sugar and molasses from the French and Dutch West Indies and strictly collected taxes. The Stamp Act imposed a tax on all paper documents in the colonies. The law applied to wills, deeds, newspapers, pamphlets and even playing cards and dice. The colonists or Americans insisted that the act was unconstitutional, arguing that only their own representative assemblies could tax them. The Townshend Acts were a series of measures passed by the British Parliament in 1767 that taxed goods imported to the British colonies. But American colonists who had no representation in Parliament or the British Parliament saw the acts as an abuse of power. America's 13 colonies were forced to pay taxes to England's King George III despite having no representation in the British Parliament. With the help of the Sons of Liberty, a secret society of American business leaders who coined the phrase taxation without representation, 24 towns in Massachusetts, Connecticut and Rhode Island agreed to boycott British goods in January 1768. All of the Townshend Acts except for the tax on tea were repealed in April 1770. The tax on tea remained a flashpoint and a contributing factor to the Boston Tea Party of 1773, in which angry colonists destroyed an entire shipment of tea in Boston Harbor. Americans and the members of the revolutionary-minded Sons of Liberty boarded 3 British tea ships in Boston Harbor and dumped 342 crates of tea into the water to protest the Tea Act. It amounted to almost $1 million in today's money. To quell resistance and punish the colonists, particularly the demonstrators in Boston, the British Parliament passed The Coercive Acts of 1774, which colonists refer to as the Intolerable Acts. Passed in response to the American disobedience, the Coercive Acts included the Boston Port Act, which closed the port of Boston until damages from the Boston Tea Party were paid. The Massachusetts Government Act, which imposed martial law in Massachusetts, restricting democratic town meetings. The Administration of Justice Act, which made British officials immune to criminal prosecution in Massachusetts. The Quartering Act, which required colonists to house and quarter British troops. Throughout the 1760s and early 1770s, the North American colonists found themselves increasingly at odds with British imperial policies regarding taxation and frontier policies. When repeated protests failed to influence British policies and instead resulting in the closing of the port of Boston and the declaration of martial law in Massachusetts, the American colonial governments sent delegates to the Continental Congress to coordinate a colonial boycott of British goods. Throughout the winter of 1775-1776, the members of the Continental Congress came to view reconciliation with Britain as unlikely and independence the only course of action available to them. With continuous struggle, finally, on July 4, 1776, the Continental Congress declared that the 13 American colonies were no longer subject and subordinate to the monarch of Britain, King George III, and were now united, free, and independent states. On 4 July 1776, delegates from the 13 colonies adopted the Declaration of Independence, a historic document drafted by Thomas Jefferson. But the British government didn't accept it. The British government did its best to dismiss the declaration as a trivial document issued by the disgruntled colonists. The struggle continued as American Revolution till 1783. Independence was formally acknowledged and accepted by Great Britain on 3 September 1783 when the Treaty of Paris ended the Revolutionary War. So this is all about the American War of Independence. For more such academic videos, do subscribe to Constructing Minds.